Hey everyone, Producer Dave here. All this week's shows are freebies on Patreon, so head on over to patreon.com/echoplex. You can get the entire audio capture for all of our shows this week. Thanks for being our listener, and check out our live shows, twitch.tv/echoplexmedia.
At some point, we are going to have to do a whole show about how good this show sounds.
Dave's Kung Fu is the best, I have to say.
A space where your past is discarded. A pretty thing like you should never look so blue. Come on, the night's just started. 150 people in this house, but if you follow me, I'll get you the best seats. 150 people in this house, but we'll just let them be. Tonight it's you and mine. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. The lock is off the door. I take a lap around. I'm looking for the flask you hid in a drawer. And when I find it, then my eyes meet yours. I shoot you awake as the band starts to play, but another girl gets in the way. She thinks it's hers instead of yours. It never made me stand alone. 150 people in this house, but if you follow me, I'll get you the best seats. 150 people in this house, but we'll just let them be. Tonight it's you and mine. But first I gotta find your groove. 150 people in this house, but if you follow me, I'll get you the best seats. 150 people in this house, but we'll just let them be. Tonight it's you and mine. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. 'Cause tonight it's you and me.
There's 150 people by First in Flight, and you're here on Local Love. We do the show live on Twitch every Tuesday from 8 p.m. to about 10 p.m. Pacific and beyond into the light that is red. If you're listening on the podcast, please do head on over to Twitch and give us a follow. Also, if you're listening on the podcast version of this, make sure you subscribe to our podcast now and wherever you listen to your podcasts. And Juan Maserati, what's up? What you drinking on?
What's up, man? I am drinking some Strange Beast hard kombucha with the 7% alcohol content.
Is that weird mushroom shit?
No, it's not ayahuasca. No,
I mean that kombucha. Isn't that made out of mushrooms? Like not shrooms.
No, it's actually made out of some fermented shit. I don't know exactly, but it's something fermented. And this particular flavor has ginger, lemon, and hibiscus. So, I recommend it. It's I don't know who actually makes this, but I guess it's called Strange Beast.
That's probably who. I don't know who the brewer is. The quality's quality, but it's not that quality. Can't quite read the small print.
Yeah, I don't know, man, but I just know that it tastes good. It does the job in terms of the level of alcohol content percentage wise, and of course, it does something for my tummy and my intestines because it has some probiotic action going on. So you can get drunk and you can also do something for your intestines too, like a real shit man.
So basically, what you're saying is you're going to be basic today.
No, actually, I'm not, because for me, this is like as real as it gets, my man, or as real as it gets. Now, on the other hand, if I want to take it up from basic to super high level, I got some Japanese whiskey on this side over here, and some quality bourbon whiskey also. So I'm like, kind of just having all the flavors accessible to me.
Fucking A. Well, shit. You want to tell people about yourself?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Hi, my name is Juan Maserati. I'm your local state representative. No, my name is Juan Maserati. I'm based out of no, what am I saying? Yeah, it's South Bay. Yeah, I'm from the South Bay. You could say that. And I am a keyboard player. I've been playing keyboards since the early 80s. And that kind of gives away how old I really am. But I am not ashamed to say I am old. And I am a keyboard player for Rebels Camp and Los Improvisers. And I am totally down for the local music scene here in the South Bay, pretty much all over the Bay Area, and even for the homies that are in other local locales, if you will. But I am all about tonight, which is about playing local music, talking about local music, speaking of local music. And if you are listening right now, I would encourage you to go get on the panel tonight and join us. If you are an artist, if you are a musician, if you are a songwriter, if you even if you are not into the music, but maybe you happen to be a writer or you're an actual artist of different types of mediums. We would love to have you. Me and Dave would love to have you. And so feel free to come on board. And I believe if you go to echoplex.media.com, and there is a section there that will show you how to do it.
Oh, just go to /echoplexmedia.com/panel.
There you go. Man, how easy is that? You can go on to that link, and then the next thing you know, you read through the instructions, and it simply says, hey, if you got a microphone, if you got a working internet connection, a camera, a webcam, and a web browser, you can get on right now and join us. That's how easy it really is. So we encourage you to join us, speak your mind, speak your heart, speak your soul, and let's have some fun tonight.
Yeah, and I think we do have a couple people that aren't going to regularly be on. I don't know if that, nobody in music shows up exactly on time. One of the people I'm expecting later is the singer from this band. Oh, Kikyo, Saturday. Oh, by the way, Saturday we do an open panel for people in our community, the homies. Kikyo, we'd love to have you on Saturday. This is for local artists and musicians here in the Bay Area. But Kikyo, join us Saturday. It's super easy to jump on. We'd love to have you. We'd love to talk to you a little bit on Saturday. Just kind of keep that in mind. But so we got some new music by a band called Cali Rather out of San Francisco, and I believe their singer David might be joining us a little bit later tonight to introduce himself to our audience. And he said, if not this week, next week. Also, we might be having Steven from the Poppy Jasper band on this evening. I expect Curtis from Monkey to wander in here at some point as well.
Hell yeah. Motherfucking Curtis.
So this is Cali Raw. The song is called Gaslight. I've never heard it. We're going to play it on our song. And we're going to play it on our song. We're going to play it on our show, and we'll be back in a minute.
Sweet.
people waiting to explode. When they starve us and we're restless and we can't stand by all the suffering, marching people take a sign. In the city, in the car park, on the left and right, from the ghetto and the suburbs, no longer. Stay the same. They stand in our way. With walls and guns and crosses held to pay. But when they starve us and we're restless and we can't stand by all the suffering, marching people take a sign. In the city, in the car park, on the left and right, from the ghetto and the suburbs, no longer.
was Cali Raw. That song was called Gaslight, and I'm going to give it one of these. And I'm also going to give it one of these.
Bitch, make me famous.
That shit was dope. I didn't know anything about this guy's music, and I was pretty fucking happy with it. It kind of reminded me a little bit of like sort of that kind of David Bowie kind of 80s kind of spacey, like rock and roll, but with like a disco beat sound.
Right. I especially like the whole just, kind of like Bowie 80s sound as well, but it was very soulful too at the same time in that kind of vein. Yeah,
it was. Every time we get something new from somebody we've never heard of, I'm like always like fucking completely pleasantly surprised, and it's always something that's like a little bit different than the other stuff we're playing, so that's real good. The guy's name is, the singer from that is David. And he may or may not be joining us tonight. If not, it'll be next week. I know the media Wench will be joining us at some point here. She just had to work a little late this evening. That's good for her wallet, I believe. So
Absolutely. Always good for everyone's wallet if you get that OT in.
media Wench is a crowd favorite around here.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
So check this out. If you're listening to the podcast of this and you're not a musician, but maybe you're a podcaster, content creator, some kind of artist, and you're just not in the Bay Area, we'd love to have you on Saturday. We do an open panel basically about content creation with other Twitch streamers on Saturday. We had a pretty good one this last Saturday, I think. We had Lady Raincloud coming on, talk about running for office. Then she scampered away once the panel filled up because she's like, And then Xavier was on, and then Xavier Zeta, another streamer, was on, and so was Birch Moon Tree, a regular in our chat who we met her making fun of Betty Washam. So it was a great time. I liked everybody who jumped on this Saturday. I thought that was the best Saturday open panel we had so far.
It was awesome, man. Enjoyed it immensely.
I noticed on these, by the way, it takes, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes before people start joining. Everybody be fashionably late.
They'll show up later in the wee hours.
They're on streamer / artist / musician time, right?
Right. You coined it. Nailed it.
We'll call it content creator time. That's CCT.
CT, the content creator time. There you go.
CCT, everybody. We are not on content creator time. I start on time. Me and HK were talking about that on Wednesday a little bit. He's like, I do my own streams where I video game and they start an hour late. He's like, but somehow I managed to show up to your stream on time.
It's amazing though. What was the reason for the delay?
His delay? I don't know. He's like,
I like to think that I'm smart enough to not eat a Tide Pod.
I mean, we're not. We've only got so much to work with there. Shows up on time for my shows though. I don't care if he starts his shows late. But he does gaming. I've done some open source gaming with him. Did you jump on one time or no?
Yeah, I did. We did. What was that? Linux. It was like a Linux text cart. There you go. Yeah, that was fun. That was really fun. We got to do it again. That
was super fun. He's been doing it at like very sporadic times, but maybe I can get it going too. It's not like running a screen capture of TuxCart. Oh shit! With Ninja too, I could have all y'all on the bottom. I could have you. Oh no, I could. It'd be so great.
Can we do that? Can we have a session where OBS Ninja is streaming us playing, TuxCart? That would be fucking awesome if that was possible.
They'd only see my screen, I think.
That's fine. Yeah. But they see the action, basically.
Yeah. They could see everybody, I think. I don't know. I might melt the fucking video card trying to do that. I'm going to have to see.
That's the next feat that will blow my mind. Because every time, there's not like every other day that you completely blow my mind with new shit, which is cool.
If I had a fucking powerful video card, I could blow your mind with some shit. But I bought like $160 video card when I built this machine because I was just like, I just need something to put some fucking pictures.
Question. Maybe the people out there would like to know as well, what would be the ideal dream card of yours? Like what would you need to really do it right with all the rendering that you would like to do?
Whatever the fastest fucking card is at the time, like not the fastest Quadro, but like not the fastest either Radeon or GeForce card, because this workload is a lot like gaming, just a lot of real-time rendering, and so like just whatever the fastest card is. So I don't know, what is it, 3080 or the 3090, I guess. That shit's like more than all the shit in my rack, the audio rack put together. I ain't buying no fucking $1,500 video card. Fuck that.
You're talking about the RTX series, right?
Yeah. I wouldn't fuck that.
That's some hot shit, man. Everybody's been talking about the hot shit. Like, but the amount of power you can get for around $500 or $600 is fucking okay. I don't know what I would get. I'd just like read the reviews. Right. That's awesome. Well, okay. And how much are those run again?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't even looked at a new video card, but that's like if I fucking replaced anything, or if we didn't have enough power for running everybody's video and doing the game capture, it would just be a matter of the video card. I mean, no problem. I mean, it would be a problem because I'd have to spend money, but
all right, cool.
Fuck spending money, unless it's on beer or weed. So we may have
Well,
Steven, the singer from the Poppy Jasper band in, and he sent us a bunch of brand new music. This one's new to us. He had forgotten to send us this stuff when it came out. This song's called Wanted Man. It's by the Poppy Jasper band. It's probably going to be like kind of Southern blues, kind of Southern rock style. I haven't heard it yet, but that's the kind of music they do. So
let's do it. Let's get it.
Know you want to be my rider, but I can't be a man. I belong in the wind and the night. I'm a one-man band. Spend my whole life running, ain't got no backup plans. I'm either on the run or in a hopeless fight. There I take my stand. The law's been looking for me, wanna send me to my grave. I'm made of steel and ice, Lord knows I can't be saved. Never gonna catch me, never put me in chains. I'm built to freedom and fire, I just can't be caged. 'Cause I'm an outlaw, baby. Oh, I'm a wanted man. Yeah, I'm an outlaw, baby. I'm a wanted man. Smoke, baby. Try as hard as you can. I'm just passing through this town. I won't be a man, 'cause I'm an outlaw, baby. Yeah, I'm a wanted man. Oh, I'm an
oh man, that was fucking rocking. I think I'm gonna give it one of these.
Bitch, make me famous.
I'll do one of these. And then
I'm like, God damn. That was by Brother Spellbinder.
no, that was by Wanted Man, Poppy Jasper band.
Oh, Poppy Jasper band. My apologies.
I see you screen looking to see what's gonna play in the next couple of minutes. Though, the Poppy Jasper band. That song was called Wanted Man. Fucking, like I said, man, that kind of Southern blues rock. Ah, super good stuff.
Poppy Jasper band. Yes, sir.
That song made me really want to go to a fucking live show, like at the fucking what is it, the House of Blues or whatever on Stevens Creek.
I just love it. I love that whole soulful rock, funky sound, that tone. It was coming on hard, man. That is fire, and that should go into the vault, automatic vault man status. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the great thing is if you like this music that we're listening to right here, and we're not live, you could just go to eplex.xyz or echoplexmedia.com/radio and just fucking tune in anytime. You could also tune in there to us doing this live. If you want to do the audio only, you can get it on the TuneIn app too at Echoplex Radio or just eplex.xyz. Pop your headphones in, do your dishes, hang out with local love, old school. Kick it old school. Fucking call the show, by the way, 415-903-PLEX. That's 415-903-7539. Don't know why I bother with a phone server. People always just Discord in. That phone system's good if somebody crazy wants to talk to us.
Call in.
Anyway, what's up?
Oh, yeah, man, I'll tell you what's up. Today was, a good day. I was thinking about, cool stuff to do. Hopefully next weekend, get out there and maybe get a bite to eat somewhere, and do that.
Oh, yeah, I can meet you somewhere.
Oh, shit. Let's do that. Dude, the spots. Spots.
Get a dark beer and a delicious sandwich somewhere.
Hell yeah, man. Mask up.
Oh, not when you're at the table, though. Whatever. I just hope I'm just super excited about that vaccine. Fucking, it's starting to look like maybe mid to late summer we can start doing outdoor events. That's going to be great. They were talking about that a little more on Curtis's show this afternoon about how they're like, man, I don't want to jump the gun, but also, fuck, when can we play?
Yeah, I feel that. I've been feeling that lately, just like kind of putting my mindset in them, like, okay, you know what? Put yourself in a place where you want to really play for people, connect with people, and connect with other musicians, and just have a really great time. That would be just that would be an awesome thing to do.
It's even more amazing is that I'll be able to play Bike Party first, and I have all those motherfuckers' phone numbers in case I get kicked off of Facebook.
Nice.
I haven't been able to get all the Bike Party people into our Discord, but maybe Enrique. I can get Enrique into our Discord. That guy's cool as fuck.
Oh, yeah. He's a cool dude.
And the bigger Mexican guy always has his family and kids there and big speakers and shit. Super nice guy. Oh, shit. I should get him on this next week. Talk about Bike Party.
Yeah, that would be cool, man. Get him on, talk about Bike Party, if there's anything being planned and, schedule. That would be cool.
We did a couple virtual ones, but there were a lot of problems with it. First of all, like, people were like, well, how am I supposed to zoom and drive? And I was like, oh, you can just tune into this and listen. And they're like, oh, one of the guys was like blasting me DJing on his bike. He's like, well, everybody was like, well, that was really fun. Thank you, everybody. But that wasn't Bike Party. And so.
Right.
But what I've been doing with that community is just like every time I DJ or whatever, I just post, in the little group there. And I'm like, hey, you missed Bike Party? This I play Bike Party all the time,
Yeah, man. Yeah. And it's always a great time, when you do a set at the big Bike Party, of which I've been honored to at least catch two sessions you've done Bike Party. And then each time it was really, it was like a great end to a good night when you had all the dancers out there and, there's the mix that you're spinning and everybody is waving their, colored trinkets or whatever. They're just like, everybody's happy. And it's that's really what I miss about Bike Party, even though I never actually rode a bike in a long time, but I support the whole scene.
They go at about 2 miles an hour. So what I think you need to do is get up on a fucking bike and like, so you can not only escort me to Bike Party, but escort me during Bike Party, and we can blaze it up, listen to some other DJs, fucking ride around, make trouble.
Yeah, I think it's time to get back into the bicycle game. Kind of.
I mean, like I
Right.
said, man, if you're not in good shape, it don't matter because bike party rolls at 2 miles an hour, you know?
No, I can do it. I can do that.
People roller skate the whole thing, so it's not moving that fast, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I got this song by Quigs. Quigs is, I believe, out of the North Bay. This song is called Aurora. We're looking forward to more music from Quigs when his album comes out. That's Quigs. 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 The song is called Aurora. We got to get that fucking guy on. That guy's doing all kinds of cool processing on his voice, like with pitch bending and stuff.
I love that shit. Love it.
Like layering of his voice. Like it's layering of his voice, and it's almost like there's a whammy bar on it, but it seems like it's obviously digital because it's more like a whammy bar is less, we'll call it accurate. But yeah, super good. We got to get that guy on to talk about like what he's doing and how he's like creating that sound because that's really cool.
Yeah, it kind of had that Peter Gabriel, old school Peter Gabriel vibe, which I thought was like, wow, that's cool.
Right, but with like frantic ass drums.
Right, right. It's an 80s twist.
Man, that was real good. So we're We got a couple new people hanging out, listening. Everybody, welcome. If you've never seen this show, this is Local Love. We kind of just kick it. Bay Area musicians and artists, super fans, DJs, promoters, club kids, whatever. You're definitely welcome to join. If you can drive to San Francisco in an hour from where you're at and you're into music, we'd love to have you on. Go to echoplexmedia.com/panel or just hit bang panel in the chat.
Join us.
UVIP, let's kick it. That's right. John Renna's up in the chat. Maybe we'll see John Renna.
Yes.
Oh shit! Fucking look who's here.
John Renna.
And not even John Renna.
Let's kick it.
Oh shit.
Oh man.
Oh man. What's up, Curtis?
What?
There it goes again.
Motherfucking Curtis.
What's up? How you doing?
Good. You got that dark motif going on in that room, and by that I just mean the lights are off.
I mean, it's dark and I have both teeth.
Hey, thanks for joining us again, man. I enjoyed watching your show earlier today. Made a few digital friends in your chat too. Super nice people.
Yeah.
Super nice people in your community always.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you ever make a Discord for your community?
No, not yet. No, I mean, I made a Discord page or whatever.
You have like 4 accounts to DM us.
No, I have no idea. What's happening on Discord. It just looks like a mess.
Just probably because you didn't turn on dark mode. It makes more sense when you turn on dark mode. I can tell you one thing about Discord, man. I love Discord, but they got the ugliest light mode at any fucking service or website I've seen in a while. Like anywhere where there's a lot of people, they figured out nobody wants the light mode, so they haven't changed the light mode since they invented it 5 years ago or something. Juan's snorting laughing. Man, that's pretty good. You got people snort laughing already. It's only 8:30. Shit. People snort laughing.
Well, what's up with the schnorts?
Schnorts.
Oh man. I know. It probably this thing developed after I turned 51. Snorting now.
Nice.
You know what I like about your show is that I saw somebody show off like a decent mic that they weren't even using, and that's what I love about your show.
No, so I had 4 guests today, and all 4 guests were like, "Yeah, we do this stuff all the time, no problem." Okay, cool. So we get there, and I'm like, "Hey, we're running a little late. We're gonna go live here in about 3 minutes. Let's send out the way it works is you send out like basically like an invite, and then they have to click the invite. I sent out the invite, and 3 of the 4 people didn't get the invite because they had the wrong browser, wrong software, wrong this, wrong that, the pop-up blocker, whatever the fuck that
Right.
They were like, "Wait, hold on. I can download it. I'm using the app version now, and it's not. Do it. Let me bounce in." And I was like, "Okay, we're now past the hour. Pull your phone out, for the love of God. Pull your phone out. Pull the phone out. Hey, wait, there it is." So I'm like, click, bing, we're live. Oh shit. So they had all these dreams of looking like really cool podcasters and with big microphones and stuff. And
they're like, sir, I've seen your other podcast and I've heard the way that sounds. I'm going to use my mic.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a pretty ridiculous scramble at the last minute. And I think we were about 5 minutes late, but there was enough of a crowd there.
Yes,
for sure.
No, that's super cool. I was kind of thinking maybe maybe sometime what we'll do, if you're up for it, is you send people a little link to Ninja, and I'll fucking run your show. You can make you a little monkey overlay and shit and post it right to the monkey Facebook page. Usually once in a while. I love doing this shit, and I think like what you're doing is super cool. So,
oh, cool, thanks.
Yeah,
thanks. Yeah. The really the only reason why I'm well, there's 2 reasons why. 3 reasons. 3 reasons. There's no one expects a Spanish Inquisition. No, people are afraid of technology, so getting all these fools to use something otherwise than the Facebook app that they always use. So that's number one, because I have run into a lot of these guys that have been touring for years and they just now got a phone and they're just like, I don't even know how to use this thing.
Damn.
Yeah, for sure. And then I've had people that have done these great, feeds with OBS and like overlays and scrolling text and stuff like that. And
like a good version of what I'm trying to do here.
Yeah, well, yeah. And that's what I like the most about it. But they're always like super late because they're like, oh, this didn't work. Oh, the feed dropped. Oh, the service. Oh, I forgot to do this before that. And
right.
And there's just seems to be a litany of problems that happen when you bounce these services through each other. And then the last thing is I'm a cheap motherfucker. I am just a bastard. I'm just like, if you give it to me for free, I will never pay it. I will never pay for it.
That's funny you should mention that. That's funny you should mention that. I'm thinking about, because you have a blue mic. I'm thinking about like there's a bunch of laptops just sitting on a shelf here. I'm thinking about putting fucking Ubuntu on one of them and like giving you a bookmark to the thing.
Yeah, just click here and go.
Just open this laptop, hook your mic up, click this thing and go. You'll sound fantastic. The webcam might suck, but you'll sound lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, definitely.
But thanks for joining us again, man. It's always a lot of fun when you come on because you always have a lot to say. Like sometimes in the past we've had guests who maybe they were like, oh yeah, I'm there to promote my band, and then after they're done promoting their band, they don't have anything to say, even though like they may have had an interesting life and a lot going on with their music. And I just always love having you on. You're good to bounce off of your I mean, that's why you have your own fucking show now.
Yeah, I'm when I was younger, I worked at a coffee shop, and a coffee shop means that you have to constantly talk with people about whether or not they're caffeinated. So you end up doing little skits and comedy routines just to like wake them up. And then afterwards, you're still jacked at the end of the day. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. You're like, so you go down to the donut wheel in Cupertino, and then we would spend the next 2 hours at donut wheel until the sun was coming up, get home, and then crash out for a couple hours and go right back to work. So that was my life for 6 years. So I've become a I don't know. I wouldn't call myself an intellectualist. I would call myself a conversationalist. So I will talk to anybody about just about anything.
Renna in the chat throwing shade. He's like, you should do a show focused around really good local music and really bad interviews and call it Local Love. The chat's throwing shade.
Oh,
what a bastard!
Ow!
Here, let's listen to 3 to 5 old people talk about themselves and why they're not famous musicians. Local Love.
Yes, you're hitting it home, man. Hitting it home.
We're just we never became Marilyn Manson because we know how to treat our women.
He sure thought he did too, apparently.
Yeah. No, I have I'll share this story. I have a buddy who his band opened for Marilyn Manson back when they were big on the club circuit, but they weren't nothing, right? They didn't have a major album release or anything. And there was all this hubbub about them. So they were super excited about playing with Marilyn. And afterwards he says, hey, you're pretty good. You available to play? I mean, like, we're in Southern California. He's like, well, I'm thinking of moving down to Southern California. This is maybe a perfect marriage. So he goes to the back room and they're, feeling each other out, like where's this going to go? What type of practice schedule, et cetera, et cetera. And then he says that Manson just starts getting weirder and weirder and talking about like more and more crazy shit, like trying to be like, I'm the king of dark. Look at my darkness. And he's starting to get like, at first he's like, this guy's kind of a loser. And then after he realized that he was like kind of in it to win it, he's like, now I'm getting kind of creeped. This guy's a creep. He's a weirdo. But he's keeping this to himself. You know, paycheck is paycheck, right? And so he's talking to him, and Manson goes, "Hey, I want to show you a picture of the love of my life." Sure. So he flips out a picture from his wallet, and it's a picture of his girlfriend, tied, bound, and gagged, and she has a lit candle inserted into her. And he's like, "Yeah, I don't want to be in your band." That was the end of the conversation.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and I said, you know, well, what if it was just some like some magazine they got from, or picture from a magazine or bondage, you know, thing? And he's like, "No, this was the girl that he was dating. I know the girl that he was dating, and the fact that
Sir, it was a Polaroid."
Yeah. So, yeah, at that point, he's like, this guy, there's a level of creepiness that this guy has that I'm not going to be part of. And so he walked away from what could have been a multi-million-dollar deal.
So it's funny you should bring up Manson, because I feel like, and I can bring this back to a little bit of a local thing. Like, we live in a place that they call Man Jose.
Yes.
And I've had artists that have never met each other come on this show and say something kind of good, and kind of the flip side of what's going on with Manson. I know that fucking Verse was the first one to say it, the bassist of Rebels Camp. He said, you know, and ladies, if dudes are ever being shitty to you, man, just go tell somebody in the band. He's like, whatever band is playing, if it's in this fam, just go tell anybody in that band, because you know, we want you out there too.
Yeah.
Whoa, that was, and then I think it was the singer from First in Flight kind of said something similar. He's like, hey, you know, because we were kind of joking around about Man Jose, and he's like, hey, we got to do things to make women want to go out. And he's like, you know, if you know, if people are, if men are being shitty to you or whatever, go find somebody, go talk to the bartender, go. And it was pretty cool. And it's like, it's unfortunate that more women don't go out here, because I feel like the men that I've met through local love, through local music, are all generally good men.
Yeah.
And I think that I don't know, maybe it's just the man to woman ratio here.
Yeah.
That fucks it up. And all the women are at Splash because they know the gay guys are going to be nice to them.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think that that if we were like the Bay Area is about this. The Bay Area is about coming here, spending exorbitant amounts of money for rent and lifestyle choice, so that you can try to become the next overnight millionaire, billionaire, whatever, right? You want to become the next Jeff Bezos in the next 4 years, and that's when your money runs out. So there's nobody here in the greater sense that gives two rats' asses about music. They don't care about expression. They don't care about seeing a play. That's when you go to the San Jose Playhouse, it's like my bedroom is larger than that place. And it's really sad. It's really sad. We have like some artists here that are genuinely expressing themselves, and there's nobody there that wants to see it, because it's not going to earn them the credit that they want to get for, you know, being the next overnight millionaire. So yeah, it's a real bummer, because you lose the momentum in the arts, but the people that are here doing it are doing it for the love. They know that no one's going to come out, and they're still there. They're still there holding up the cross. And I think that's what makes it different in a different society, right? You know, it's Southern California, where the music and entertainments communities are really competitive. Then you see people that are in it for the money. They're super assholes. They're like, I want to come in and I want the hottest chick in the room. I want the most expensive drink on the board, and I want everybody looking at me. Can I get the pin light on me? That's what you get in Southern California. That's what you get with people when people are so competitive that it's it's a shtick for them to be assholes. And it's not a shtick here. It's you're either an asshole, in which case you're no longer invited into this small art community, or you're an artist that actually loves what you're doing, and you know that you're doing it at your discretion and not really earning enough money to even stay alive.
Well, and all this really sucks in both of these scenes for the people that we might, these things suck in both of these scenes for the people that we might call just the heads, you know?
Yeah.
Like the folks who grew up there, the folks who, when they were 16, snuck into a bar somehow and got to see a band play, didn't even drink anything. Like those, and now they're in a band. Like those people don't have that same perspective of like, oh, I got to be a name, I got to be a face. It's like, boy, would I like to be a part of this thing that happened that I was too young for when I was growing up, or even if they got into it as adults, but they were like, it's because their friends were into it and whatnot. And those people in kind of highly competitive markets, those people, they all end up, it turns out, sticking together. If you would notice.
Yeah. So it's hard to jump into a market that's highly competitive, and you see a bunch of people that are kind of in it for the surface. You know, they're just skin deep, and you kind of have a couple conversations with those people, and then you back out and you go, I don't know what's wrong with these guys, but like you and I, like let's just keep trading files, doing what we do. So
yeah, I think that. Oh, go ahead, Juan. You've tried to say something a couple times, and me and Curtis, if it's possible, to cut you off.
Just talk over one.
Thanks, guys. No, I was just having a good listen here, you know, and I agree with you. I do think it's going to become a much more greater problem now that the cat's out of the bag, right? Well, I mean, how do you deal with this trend?
Yeah.
Well, I think the main problem that we're going to be facing when we get out of this is going to be venues. I think not every venue that got shut down that you've ever played at has a Facebook page where they tried to do a GoFundMe before and you heard about it. Not every venue that you've ever played at has been on the news as being shut down. And even if they have, you haven't seen it. It's not going to be just San Jose. I think San Francisco is going to suffer more than San Jose. There's all these little places where DJs and bands play at in San Francisco. They're like kind of mom and pop shops that are bars, and you're not going to hear about that shit on the news. Some of those people aren't really into the Facebook scene or whatever. They got their little neighborhood thing that's going on. And then not only are they out of a job, the musicians are out of the job, but then the neighborhood is out of its hangout too. And it's like, it's just, and then what's going to replace that space? Probably an artisan cupcake shop.
Yeah. Well, what I think everybody's hoping for in the end is that there's a renaissance, a rebirth of fascination over art, and then music, acting, pottery, poetry, all the P's, come back in such a force that there's not even a house to house it. And so there's people meeting in the middle of a park to make things happen, or renting out a church to make things happen, or doing a parking lot show, or doing something along those lines where there's no more venue, but the crowd wants it. And
sir, we're throwing a warehouse party, sir.
Oh,
but we're not going to tell anybody anything about it. Even the fucking address we'll like, I got ways. Like we won't do like a, you remember you had to call the number back in the day?
Yeah.
We'll do the 2021 version of you having to call the number, but it won't be the number.
Yeah. You can also send GPS coordinates, and just don't tell people what they are. Just be like, 126 by 347 SN XY, whatever the code is, and just put it out there, and people either find it or they don't.
All right. And then you're like, look for the blue Toyota van, because their GPS may be a little off.
Well, the crazy thing about the GPS coordinates is that with Google, you can go to the exact spot, the doorway of the building, and then punch grab the GPS coordinates from it, and then share the GPS coordinate and just don't say anything. Just be like, okay, well, we'll let you know when and where this thing is, and then your next post is just a coordinate.
Right, not a map link, literally a coordinate.
Yeah, just a coordinate. And then
you,
if they
me,
grab
Juan, fucking the media wench put it out. Like, we put it out enough real quick, and then we delete the post an hour later. Boom, fucking, you got 1,000 people at your warehouse.
Yeah. So that's the thing is that if people are wise, they grab that coordinate, they put into Google Maps, and then boom, it just populates right to your door. It shows the front door. So there's things you can do. Believe me.
Jay Renna is saying he saw a monkey open up for Wet Nap once in a classroom at Camden Teen Center with the hippos.
Yeah, we also played there with Chachi, Boba Fett, and the Wookiee.
Oh, shit.
What was Chachi doing there?
That was the name of the band, Chachi, Boba Fett, and the Wookiee. It was a 3-piece surf punk band, and they became Aloha. Oh my God! Oh, is it Aloha? Screwdriver. Aloha Screwdriver.
Renna still has that. It's called. He's calling it soft punk, and he says he still has it on cassette.
No, but yeah, he's talking about another band that was on the same bill. But yeah, if you guys should know Aloha Screwdriver, because the lead guitarist for Aloha Screwdriver became one of the top podcasters for CNET.
Oh, what's his name?
Let me find that for you,
because I bet he works. I bet he works with Leo Laporte now.
It's Donald something or other. Let me see. I can't believe I can't think of that dude's name right off the top of my head. Well,
we're gonna figure this out, and we're gonna play a song, because that's one of the other things we do around here is we play songs. This is for Ice Castles from a brother Spellbinder. They're out of, I believe, Oakland, and they do a bit of something a little bit different. I really like it. Also, they were on this show and they tolerated us, like when people were allowed to come over.
That's important.
Another dream shattered. You thought that it mattered. Now climb down that ladder. You're not what they're after. I'ma hang you from rafters with insults and laughter. All comes tumbling down. All comes tumbling down. But dreams are for making, and rules meant for breaking, and some things for taking. But it feels like you're faking. Your honor's forsaken. Now stand still, you're shaking. Now the jig is up. Now the jig is up. The fruit is forbidden, and the secret is hidden, and you shoot but you're missing, 'cause the standard has risen, and you're locked from there's a taker and a giver to balance the levers, 'cause nothing's forever. It just flows like a river, and it burns and it withers. All is tumbling down, all is tumbling down.
Fucking A, that was Ice Castles by Brother Spellbinder.
Yes.
Fucking, I love their music. It's like a little bit of like that Enchanted Forest kind of feel.
Yeah, it's good.
When we first started this show, the first thing that surprised me actually, and it's going to sound shitty to say, but it's actually not, is that we didn't receive any crappy music.
No.
I don't mean like there's music in here that I don't like, but that's different than it being crappy. You know what I'm saying? We didn't receive anything that was like super poorly produced, or where people couldn't sing, or where like people couldn't play their instruments, or where people were out of time. We didn't get any of that.
Mm-hmm.
I could pick a song from here at random, and it sounds at least like professional level consumer produced.
Yeah. Well, I think that also is a showcase for the Bay Area, because the artists that are here are pretty savvy. Even if they're recording themselves, they're doing a pretty good job.
The music is really stellar.
Yeah.
You know, great recordings, great mixes, just, you know, overall good songs, man. It's a really,
Yeah. You included, sir. You included.
Juan is amazing. Juan is the basis for a song. We're not going to play it tonight. We played it on the last few open panels. Juan is the basis for a song that we took and incorporated with us trolling someone. And they called us, and we put clips of them calling us over the song that Juan had made for the prom in 1986. And it was wonderful. We're not going to play it. Maybe we'll play it during Red Light, but yeah, Juan, you know, he's a keyboardist in a couple bands, but we also have original compositions of him in like a DAW where he's, you know, laying the drums, putting the bass line down and stuff. And Juan's a pretty fucking good musician.
Nice. I'm just going to let him write my new album.
Muchas gracias, hermanos.
Monkey. And the name of the album is Juan Maserati. You're like, well, he wrote it, so we named it after him.
Yep.
Juan.
Yes, sir.
What are you sipping on now?
Well, I'm almost finished with that kombucha, alcoholic kombucha here. And I took a couple of hits of marijuana.
Anything special?
I think it's lemon OG or something like that.
That fucking, you know what, that shit that we got that smells and tastes like a fucking pink lemonade concentrate from fucking Darkling, a regular in our chat from up north. Oh dear. That shit was super good. Curtis, I don't see you smoking weed on stream. Do you smoke weed?
Actually, I don't. Never have.
No, that's fine.
I've never even smoked a cigarette.
I'm smoking a cigarette right now. I used to not smoke, but now that COVID is happening, I figured, well, I might as well smoke inside. COVID's happening.
I did eat one as a joke, though.
The filter?
No. So this was kind of funny. A friend of mine was he was trying to put the Mac on a girl. And he was being something that we used to call cheese dick syndrome back in the day. Was when you're hanging.
Is that an STD or is that something else?
No. This is just a name that we came up with for the people that were acting like this. But basically, if you were hanging with your bud and you're having a great conversation, you know, you're out, you're doing whatever, and then some girl comes up and they start macking on the girl, and you try to get into the conversation. They're just trying to give you I'm trying to score here, buddy. You know, they're trying to push you away, right? Well, then you have full rights to cock block them because it's rude to be a cheese dick, right?
Oh, dude, it's so much easier than that. If you're going out and you're like, "Hey guys, I might be talking to some girls tonight." So if I cut away from you, just ignore me. until I come back.
Yeah.
You can you know what I'm saying? At least you're kind of laying down some ground rules.
There's something though that's special about cheese dickery, and this is what happens. You're talking to a friend. A girl enters the room, a conversation. Right? You start having a conversation with the girl, with your friend and the girl, and then the friend starts bringing up down points about you.
Oh, your friend's a dick. A cheese
to make you look like you're a piece of shit. Right. And kind of like to encourage you to leave the conversation because now they're getting kind of aggressive. Right.
This person sounds like they're not your friend.
Now, there's a lot of people that I've been friends with that weren't really my friends, so it's all right. Anyway, this friend was being a cheese dick, right? So I was like, I'm gonna be the cock blocker. I'm gonna just continue inserting myself in this conversation. And it was the middle of the day, you know, it wasn't anything special, but he was like putting the Mac on, and I was like, yeah. So anyway, did you catch that game? Yeah. Did you see that movie? Yeah. And they started walking away, and just to be a real piece of shit, I just started walking with them down the parking lot. And every time she would say something, I'd go, totally, really, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. And he kept looking at me like, Anyway, he looks at her and he goes, would you like a cigarette? And she goes, oh, no, thanks. And he goes, cool. Throws it in his mouth, lights it, puts the pack away, and I'm all, what the fuck? You're not going to offer me a cigarette? And he stops, and you can see that his brain gears are smoking because he's like, Curtis doesn't smoke. I've never seen him smoke. I've never asked for a cigarette. Why is he asking me for a cigarette? And I'm all, yeah, so rude. You didn't offer me a cigarette. And he goes, okay. So he pulls out the pack, and I grab the cigarette and I throw it in my mouth, and I go, nom, nom, why the fuck do you eat these things? And then I just walked off.
Wow.
And he was just like, he was just holding the pack of cigarettes looking at me, and the girl was like, what just happened? And I'm like, puh, puh.
Oh my God.
She's like, I'm in that situation. I'm the guy that, I'm gay. So I'd be like, hey dude, I think I'm flirting with this guy. Sorry, we went for coffee, but I think I'm flirting with this guy now. Yeah,
but that's being polite. That's being polite.
Except maybe to the other person if they're like not open about that shit. But as soon as you're if you're flirting with somebody, you should be able to tell somebody else outside of the conversation. You're like, hey, you know, I feel like I'm kind of flirting with this person, and you look at them, you're flirting with me, and they go, well, yeah. And you go, hey man, fucking call me later. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Here's $5. Get lost, kid.
I think it might be easier. I think there might be a lot of things that become easier when you're a gay man. Because
probably.
like, I think that like, if you meet a gay guy and start flirting, I think that like the societal pressure that we put on women to be aloof or whatever, to be like less immediately available isn't there. So it's a little bit easier to like pull that because you're not going to piss off the guy you're flirting with, I don't think. Whereas if it's a woman, through no fault of her own, but because of the way we've structured society and the woman's not supposed to say that she's flirting with someone, even though she certainly is. Yeah. Like I think so that there's a little bit of gay privilege there. I'll acknowledge my privilege when I have it. So it's a little bit of gay privilege. Yeah.
No, I would totally agree. I think that I think the gay culture has they have an openness and a pronounced overt sexuality, so that it's not something that they shamed from. It's something that they're proud of, so they might as well just bring it up. And with the heterosexual culture, there's always been this: is it appropriate? Is it we're standing in front of a fast food restaurant? Is it appropriate to ask a girl out there? I wore a t-shirt instead of a button shirt. Is it appropriate for me to ask a girl out? And all that bullshit. It made me fucking hate the concept of dating for about 25 years of my life. it was really hard for me because I would hang out with a girl until she put me in the friend box, and I would not be open about it until I was way deep in the friend box, and then by that time I'm pissed, and then when I bring it up, it's not so nice.
Right, and it's there's like a lot of moving parts there, and it's not. And a lot of guys, by the way, good on you. You ended up with like a woman you describe as an empath. Like, because a lot of the guys who go through that end up thinking that these women who are basically empaths are these horrible bitches or whatever.
Yeah.
And like good on you for not taking that inside of yourself and just blaming all womanhood for that. I don't know what the process of getting out of that was. Maybe you did it all by yourself without noticing it. But we cover a type of man on this show who I can't accurately describe anymore now because of Twitch terms of service, who would take those experiences and sort of apply them to all of womanhood as if there weren't all these other little wheels turning outside of themselves and the woman they were talking to, and didn't understand that there was pressure on her to maybe not make the first move because she doesn't want to be called easy or a floozy or,
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, there's, and I've known plenty of guys that if a girl doesn't want to date them or doesn't put out, they just turn around and go fucking lesbian, and walk off. And it's just like, dude, first of all, there's nothing wrong with being a lesbian. Second of all, what the fuck are you doing?
To be fair, I'm a little afraid of lesbians.
I got a great story about lesbians and fear factor. So, and I told this on the show the other day, so you might have heard it. I don't know.
I am an avid listener to your show.
Oh, okay. Great.
I'd be lurking. Sometimes I'm in Facebook jail and can't comment, like most of the time.
So I'm, we went to this club in San Antonio. Right. And this club was a one-story low roof brick building that was slowly sliding into a ravine.
Yeah.
And like while on stage, you could look to the side and there was literally a crack in the wall where the bricks had separated from the sliding into the ravine. And the stage kind of tilted like this.
Oh my God.
And we showed up. Well, first of all, the story is adorable all the way to the end. So if we have enough time, I'll tell the whole story. But if we don't have enough time, I'll tell the precise story. But so we hear about this club. We're going to go find it. We drive around it like 6-7 times. It's not there. We don't know what the fuck's going on, but we keep seeing this old brick building, and on the building is studded a piece of wood, like a standard sheet of plywood, and it says in spray paint on the bare plywood, it says "Jam with the Ram." And I'm like, I think that's the fucking club. And they're like, why? And well, the guy's name is Ramos. He's Ramos or something Ramos. I think it's Jam with the Ram. And the guys are like, no, this can't be the club, dude. There's no fucking windows in this place. It's just a door and bricks. And I'm like, yeah, I think it's the place. So we knock on the door. Sure enough, it's the place. And this guy, he's this short little dude. Basically, he's the cartoon caricature of Cheech Marin, right? So he's got a bandana way down low over his eyes, and he's all, "You guys with the band, man?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's all, "What do you want to drink, I say?" And I said, "I don't know, what you got?" And he's all, "We got Lone Star." I was like, "What else do you got?" And he's all, "We got Lone Star." I'm like,
the difference between my culture and your culture is if I saw a dilapidated building with something fucking spray painted on a fucking piece of wood out in front of it, and we were like early to play the rave or whatever, I'd be like, that's 100% the place. People in the car would be like, shit, we found it. They'd find it before me. They'd be like, there's something spray painted on a piece of wood over there. I think that's where we're going.
Yep. No, with us, it's like, oh great, what's going to be behind that door? Are we going to get jumped? What's going to happen? So we were sitting there. It's like the middle of the afternoon, and we're deciding whether we're going to play this show, and we're waiting for the other band to show up. The other band shows up and they're pissed. They're like, man, this sucks. We're gonna get out of here. And while we're talking about it in the parking lot, the people start piling into the club, and it's just a little small crowd. But it turns out the club, this Ram guy, he's a Vietnam vet, right? So it's a lounge for Vietnam vets. It's like my uncle gifted me this building that's falling into a ravine, and I made it into a bar, and I want my buddies to show up every day, and I'm going to have lots of cold beer, and that's it. That's all he has, right? That and a sound system. So
sounds like my kind of party already.
Yeah. So I'm talking to the guys, and I'm like, we need to play this. We need to play this. And they're like, why? And I said, because it's going to be an enriching experience. And they're like, to play to Vietnam vets that are missing their arms and their knees and that kind of shit.
Yes, actually.
And I said, yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I swear to God. So the first band that played with us, they played and they were scared as shit. They were stiff and they didn't enjoy it. And then we get on and we start playing, but I'm watching the crowd. So I'm seeing how people are interacting with each other, and it's a roast. It's a friar's roast, right? They're just fucking with each other. Like, they had this one guy, he was missing an arm, and then, evidently he only says one thing for like a month, and then he changes the one thing to something else. And so his thing was, "Don't be a pussy." And then he would just laugh like a raving lunatic, and that's all he said. So they would have him say that over and over again. They'd be like, "Hey, John, don't be pussy." So we're like, okay, I'm getting where these guys are coming from. I'm burrowing into their psyche. So we get on, we start playing. We're doing well, and these two biker lesbians come in. Now we're talking like classic biker lesbians, probably in their early 40s.
Oh, I'm not even afraid of them. I love them.
Yeah. Early 40s, gray, short, really cut short hair, jean jacket, a little on the heavy side, that sort of thing. They rode up on their Harleys, that kind of thing, right? So they're in the back of the room and they start giving me shit. They're just like, "Yeah, fuck you, learn a better song," that sort of thing, right? And I said, "Hey man, we drove all the way from San Jose, California to play music for you, and you go treat us like that?" And she goes, "Well, I rode my motorcycle all the way from San Francisco, so we came 45 minutes longer than you." And I was like, "Oh shit, it's on. I know these people. They're from San Francisco, right?"
I would have said, where are you a software engineer?
Well, this is God, this is probably like 99 or 2000, right? So it was still, I mean, not everybody in the world was a software engineer at that point. And finally, this girl's just like, she's screaming incoherently. She's throwing like jabs at me. I'm throwing jabs at her. And then finally, I'm like, "I can't even hear what you're saying anymore. You got to come up and say it closer. Say it to my face." And the girl comes right through the crowd. She comes right through the crowd, beelines right through the crowd. Everyone's like,
they know better.
Ooh.
They know better than to get in her way.
Yeah. So she barrels down everybody, and everyone just hushes, like, "Oh, what's going to happen?" And she's like, in my face, and I don't even know what she's saying. It's just spit coming at me. Long before COVID. And she's
don't you miss this kind of interaction? Don't you miss it?
Yeah. Wow. And she's sitting there like yelling at me about like how I don't know shit or whatever the fuck she's yelling about, right? And I get really close to the microphone and I go, "Shh, shh, hush, hush, shh, hush, good, hush, 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 hush." And she stops for a second and I go, "Excuse me, but you're standing on my dick." And the whole room, it sounded like there was a vacuum that just popped. It was like, like everyone just fucking laughed their asses off. And this lady who was just virulent to me turned around, put her hand in her head, and walked to the back of the class. And as she was walking, I'm all, "Yeah, that's right, honey. I'm the one with the mic."
That's a great story. I think she writes for the New York Times now.
And that's why my band never went anywhere. No. What's funny is after the show, they were completely complimented, of course, because they were roasting us, right? And then we roasted them back. I go outside, and so the name of the club was Taco Land, literally Taco Land, right?
Yeah. Again, my culture, we'd have been like, of course we're DJing at Taco Land.
Of course. Well, that's what I thought. But when we showed up, there was no tacos, and it wasn't a land. It was just.
We're talking what, Southern California?
This is San Antonio, Texas, the outskirts.
Oh shit!
All right.
Okay.
So we just got off stage. We're having a good time. We're chatting it up with the lesbians. We're high fiving what's left of the arms of the Vietnam vets. And we go outside, and on our van, in huge letters across the window, is a professional vinyl applique that says "Yo quiero Taco Land. Jam with the Ram." While we're on stage, he is making our van into a marketing tool. And I
thought that was like the seal of approval on your window.
Exactly. So I look at this, and I'm all, hey, Ram. And he's like, yeah. And I said, do you know who put the professional Taco Land appliques on our window? And he goes, I don't know, man. This neighborhood's fucked up. You got to watch your shit. So what we did was we left it on for a couple days. We razored off the Jam with the Ram part and left the Yo Quiero Taco Land on the van for the lifetime of that van, because we had a philosophy that you don't put stickers on the trailer, because then people know you're a band, right? But if someone comes along and puts a professional applique that says Taco Land on your van, you fucking leave it on there, because no one's going to break into the trailer, because it's full of refried beans, and who the fuck wants to steal like 98 cans of refried beans?
I mean, maybe me.
Maybe you, perhaps.
So, fuck, your stories are good. We got to get you a proper mic and start recording. No, we got to get you a proper mic and start with like stories from ska with Curtis. But Juan, you were here for the open panel on Saturday, and you heard me play this tune at the beginning of my DJ set.
Oh yeah, this is exciting.
What'd you think of the out of that where it just kept going and going and going? What'd you think of that?
I just really liked that whole set, man. That was fantastic. And that new joint.
That's incorrect. That whole set wasn't fantastic, but I don't get to play music from like local artists very much at all when I DJ, because I'm playing a very specific kind of like dance music. But this one made my list for one of my crates, and that's
that's what I'm talking about.
I'm not talking no shit on either of your bands, but I don't think Monkey Song is going to make it into my like disco crate, right? But Citabria certainly. I don't know. Now under COVID, you got time to send files back and forth. Give me a heavy bassy disco cut, and I'll fucking put it in. Fuck it.
Hell yeah.
But this is Citabria. This song is called "Take My Heart," and we'll be right back. Juan, can you bother the media wench and be like, lady, we're having a great time. Why aren't you even here?
I'll go ahead and reach out.
Fucking A. That was "Take My Heart" by Citabria, and Juan Curtis. All I had to do with that song is I had to hack off a little bit at the beginning so that it was in 64s, and at the end you just fucking loop that dun 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 dun, and you fucking start the next track. Oh god, I'm gonna destroy Bike Party next time, and the first song I play will be a fucking Citabria song. That band is so good though. It's like this kind of shimmery pop rock with like, but it's got like a little like it's that bass line. It's like disco. It's that band is so good.
Yes, indeed.
We got Alibastard up in the chat. I'm trying to get him to join the panel. Alibastard's own little music with Juan Maserati. Curtis, have you ever played a rave?
Never played a rave. No.
If I ever throw a ravey rave, will you play my ravey rave?
I don't think anybody would give a shit about a band though.
I don't know, like a warehouse with like a bunch of DJs going off and some people who are hella fucked up, and then there's a ska band playing in the other room. I think you'd do fine.
I'll tell you right now, I've been in a ska band for years. Reggae band, ska band, punk band, rock band. DJs always win. Period.
Really?
Yeah. Period. And it's funny because the artists, when you ask most artists, they say, no. Real band always wins. Like people like to see a real band. Yes, there are a certain percentage of people that would like to see the real band. They would like to escape the DJ music and see the real band. But what happens is that the real band is playing in one room and there's so much bleed over from the boom, 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 boom that's happening in the other room, which is not, which you cannot replicate. Like even on the best day, a band cannot do the boom, 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 unless they have like a what do you call it? A compressed.
Right. Oh, you know what? You're right, because the DJ's playing music that's like compressed, probably over compressed. Loudness more shit was mostly happening in electronic and pop music, like stuff that DJs were playing.
Yeah.
Huh.
So there's a couple of reasons why DJ always wins. One of them is because they can get louder because of the compression. They just can't. The other thing is that they are relentless. Because the beat doesn't stop. That's the whole concept of being a DJ is the beat doesn't stop.
That's absolutely not true. You should listen to me spin sometime. There's fucking minute and a half where the fucking drums go away.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
the drums go away, but there's still like, there's if you're doing like some sort of acid house thing where the music kind of keeps going and the drums drop
disco.
Out. Different thing.
Honey, I play disco. There's like that breakdown is the most important part.
Yeah. No. The breakdowns and stops happen, but you don't have like, here's the end of the song and someone talking.
Oh no,
about,
no.
And then boom, let's put another one, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, let's go.
Oh, what if we threw a party that was one big room, and so like a DJ would go for an hour, a band would go for an hour, a DJ. Oh, that'd be a fun. Yeah. Oh man.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing is I've played countless events like that. Countless. And these were events where even people that we knew in our community were like, fuck yeah, this is going to be great. And they would show up and they'd hang out with us for a little bit and then the room would just clear out. And it was because, if the dance floor, if the beat is fucking compressed and pumping in a wave and it's nonstop, then you can turn off some part of your brain that says you have to look for entertainment. Like your body can just react. So that's number one. Number two is recognition. So if we play, like, let's say we play a Rolling Stones song, right? But okay, that's great. You guys learn to cover. But if you play the Rolling Stones song over a house beat, then people are like, I know this fucking song. This song, my dad used to sing the song. You know what I mean? It's like it goes to a core that we don't go to.
Who do we have joining us?
I don't know. What you got going there?
It's Doug. Hi.
Oh, it's Alibastard. Alibastard, what's up?
Alibastard.
It's pretty dark, man. Hey, what's up?
Alibastard.
Yo.
Yo, man, what's going on, man?
What's up, man?
Yeah.
Yo. What's going down, man?
Oh man,
I was just talking. I was talking about the Choco Taco.
Nice.
Taco.
Hey, Alibastard,
Hell
who are
yeah.
you? What's
You remember
up?
that, Curtis?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my God, it's
Oh,
what's up?
Alibastard. Somebody might listen to this podcast later. Introduce yourself and shit. We do that when people first come on here.
I am Doug. Hi. I'm Alibastard, whatever. I used to play in FTB.
Yeah.
I used to hang out with Curtis. I've done a song with Juan. I met Dave like randomly one time when I was wandering around his neighborhood. He was like spinning records. Had nothing to do with his radio or anything or his podcast. Yeah, so
Hi.
that would be me. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Man, speaking of which, that song we collabed on, that was, I'm really, just really excited how it just, turned out, man. That was awesome.
Hey, it was pretty much thanks to you, honestly. I took maybe about, I'd say 10 minutes, wrote it in my living room, recorded it right there. And then, you really made that recording pop, really did. You put that sheen over it, the sheen. But literally, I was very happy with it. Yeah.
But the thing is, it was a raw source material.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah. Like it was kind of like a blind test almost. I just kind of sent like that track to a bunch of my musician friends, and you immediately were like, hey, did you write this? And I said, yeah, I did. And you were like, hey, you mind if I, put some keys on it? Have at it. You know what I mean? I'm always down to collab with other people, but
man,
yeah. Uncle Boobs was here yesterday. We were playing some banjee and some guitar.
right.
Good stuff.
Right.
Yeah. That's what's going on.
That's Audible Smoke, Mr. Boobs, and also Panhandlers Union, Mr. Boobs.
It would be, yeah, that would be the one.
Hell
And then,
yeah.
and then I talk to John Renna all the time, but Renna, I don't know where he is now, but he's probably dealing with those kids. He's kind of like that grumpy old man now, Damn kids. So Kurt, I have a question for you. What era was that story in of the band?
Oh, probably around 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was probably long before I met you.
Yeah, 99, 2000.
Yeah.
Around there.
Yeah. The lineup that I remember with Brain and Dan and God, I'm such an asshole for forgetting her name. What was her name? The bass player.
Donnell.
Yes, that's right. That era, I think Dustin came in later, but like they seem to have a lot of fun,
Yeah.
You know what I have? This is a question to you. What lineup, and you know what? You don't have to answer this, but what lineup did you personally have the most fun with? Because I know that you and like maybe Micah, other than the Matt Colbert is the longest running member. What lineup did you like the best?
I don't know.
Don't put anybody out. I'm just asking you personally.
Yeah. No, I think all the lineups have been good. Fun to be with. Have had their ups and their downs, for sure. The current lineup, I think we're having the most fun with because we just don't care anymore. We're not trying to outdo some other band or to find some secret sound or to get rich and make $1 million. We're just like, hey, if we just be nice guys, people just fucking like us, and then we don't have to worry about the shit anymore.
Plus, Curtis is all, I'm a talk show host now. What the fuck do I even need this band for?
Yeah, he's just Sally Jesse, Raphael, and shit.
Actually, Brian is co-hosting, so.
Oh yeah, he's totally co-hosting. I'm watching you guys.
Yeah, he's deep in the mix.
Brain is good. He's good.
Yeah, for sure.
He's comic relief.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's I think some generations of the band. That's so weird to say generations of the band, but
it is though.
Yeah, some generations of the band were fraught with personal issues. Band members that knew that their time was limited because they didn't want to be a musician for the rest of their life, or they wanted to start a family, or they felt that they could do it better than what we were doing, or they felt that maybe things were going wrong or something along those lines. And my policy has always been like, hey, if you don't like it, you are welcome to leave, and I'll even help you with your new project. I'll help you find people. I'll help you. I'll give you contacts. It's like, yeah, but I'm going to be better than you. We're great.
Super. Yeah, like I would be like a boss, more like if I were you, if they quit, hey, can you at least find a replacement for me if you're in the horn section? You know what I mean? The horn section needs like replacements. Those are the hard ones to get, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a drummer. If you don't have Micah, you're pretty much fucked.
Micah will never leave Curtis's side. They are like, they're like Siamese twins, but good in a good way, Micah's probably one of the damn finest drummers that I've ever witnessed, honestly. He can play. He's diverse, man. He's diverse.
He has to be. He's in like 43 bands.
But that's why he's in 43 bands, because he can actually play traditional ska with Monkey, and then he could turn around and play rock, like Guns N' Roses type rock, and fluidly. You know what I mean? He's just a diverse drummer, man.
You know why he's never been on this show is because he's too busy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's practicing right now.
Actually, to tell you the truth, I can't get Micah to participate in any of the shows because he's a technology curmudgeon.
Oh yeah. I actually messaged him about a week and a half ago just to be like, hey, what's up, man? It took him like 3 days to get back to me. And it wasn't like, trying to dodge me. It took him 3 days to get back to me, It
took him 3 days to look at his phone. Yes.
Yeah, totally.
He's like, oh yeah, what's this thing? Oh, I just sat on something hard. Oh, that's my phone. Yeah.
Yeah. Micah's great though, at least in person, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. No, he's a great dude. So I think right now we've hit this bizarre period where Brian left the band for a while, was really mad about how his life was going, crashed his life into a brick wall, and then realized, the only time I was actually happy was playing music.
Yeah.
And came back to us. And during that whole transfer, when he was on the outro, he had really made desperate times happen between him and Dan Root, the saxophone player,
my Mountain Dew partner.
Yeah. So what happened is years and years later, people were saying like, hey, did you ever do you ever keep up with Dan Root? And I'm like, Dan Root doesn't even talk to us. Like he doesn't.
He makes wire sculptures.
Yeah, he doesn't like Brian, and for some reason, like he went to he got married, moved to France.
Yeah, he did
with his wife, and then his wife cheated on him. And
wow, man, wow,
that was really hard for him. But when he came back to the country, he wanted a reason to say that it wasn't my fault. It's not my fault. It's somebody else's fault, right? So anything that was available for him to like feel indignant about, then he would just took the opportunity to do that. So for a while there, he was telling people that I knew that he would never play with us again because I had never reached out to him. I wasn't his friend.
You're the bad guy in every story, Kurt.
Oh, that's so weird. By the way, hold on, let me jump in here for a second.
Yeah.
The idea of you being like the bad guy in every story, either you've chilled way the fuck out, or like people are just like looking for somebody who's doing a little bit well in the local music scene to be mad at.
Or he's really, really sinister and he's got us all fooled.
You know what? That's possible. He's like, hey man, he's like, you think I'm doing you a favor by coming on your show when you're drunk and not that interesting, and I'm sober and fairly interesting? Well, sir, that's actually incorrect, sir.
Yeah. No, the way look, I've always been real with my guys, and some people in certain states of mind, they think that I'm not being real. Fake news.
Yeah.
I'm
fake Curtis.
Yeah, exactly. Like I say, well, I don't really want to rob money from anyone. I really don't want to tell you what to play, and I really just do write music and show up with it, and I'm not trying to push your song out of the band because I wrote a song. I just have it completed, and you don't have yours completed, and so we can work on yours for a while, but I have a completed song.
Exactly. The struggle is just too hard, and it's like, it gets to be too many struggles, and then all of a sudden it comes to resentment. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So they can't figure out what's wrong with them, so it must be my fault, and I'm the figurehead, right? So I'm the guy that says, hey, everybody get in the van. Like, we got to go now. Get in the fucking van. We got to go now.
You're the bad guy.
Oh, that's why you and me get along, and fucking we're the same person, dude, and just in like completely different circumstance. But yeah, like back in the day when there'd be like 6 or 7, like we'd be on the road going to Vegas to play a show, and there'd be like 6 or 7 DJs, and there'd be like a San Francisco room there. And people be like fucking around and shit at the apartment and getting high. I'd be like, dude, the plane leaves at a time, you idiots.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, dude is driving his van to the airport. You can get high in the fucking van on the way to the airport.
You should already be in the van, like waiting for the driver to arrive, and we're leaving at 3:30 or whatever.
We should already be on the freeway. And I had this experience where this dude was like, let's trash this hotel room. And I like looked around and I was like, hey, dude, the hotel room's in your name.
Why would you go, hey, let's trash this hotel room?
No, I was just like, hey, dude, the hotel room's in your name. Do what you want to do. My friend lives like an hour walk from this hotel. So if you start destroying this hotel, I'm going to start walking. Dude started wrecking the fucking hotel, and I walked to my friend's house an hour away in Vegas. Like,
I don't think I've ever been so mad at a hotel in my life that
he thought he was a rock star and shit because like some small production. He thought he was a rock star and shit because some small production crew.
So wait, hold on.
Threw him out.
Kurt,
he thought he was a rock star and shit because some small production crew flew him out to Las Vegas. Hey, hold on. Hey, hold on. This dude thought he was a rock star because some small production crew flew him out to Las Vegas to play a gig. And so he was like, wanted to crash. But it's fine. The hotel room is his name. I like hooked up with my friend and like I called them, and then I hooked up with them, and it was fine. And none of this was my problem. I got on the plane the next day. The dude was a few fucking rows away from me. He didn't seem so happy, and I never played another gig with that motherfucker again.
That's cold, man.
What do you mean that's cold? I left. Somebody was trashing a hotel room.
Not on you. I'm just saying, like,
no, my friend Jared was on like GHB. My friend Jared was on GHB, and he had to talk to the cops and shit after the dude trashed the hotel. Yeah. It was a bad scene.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Oh my god.
So here's an example of what gets people either on your side or not on your side. We were on tour in Texas with a band from Texas called Los Carnales, right? Los Carnales is like Vato Rockabilly Ska, right? So they have a song called Bomba 48. I get in my Bomba 48, Bomba 48. When you ride in my Bomba 48, and
now I want to find this band.
Yeah. It's a big hit for them. So, but anyway, we're going from place to place, playing these clubs, and we're in, I think we're in Las Cruces, New Mexico, which is the ass of America. It's the very bottom, right? So it's right before you cross the border. It's
and the homosexual community, one's called the bottom, the other's called the top.
And it's called Las Cruces because the two main freeways go right through it, and these are the main freeways of America, and this is where a lot of the drug trafficking goes on. So there's a lot of really shitty people down there, and we're playing some club, and my band has 6 or 7 dudes, and we got a merch guy with us, right? And their band has 9 dudes and a merch guy. So we've got this army. Right. And we show up at this club, and there's only 6 actual people in the club, but we fill the club just with the bodies, from all the band members. Yeah. And we're having a good time. And these two hicks come in, full on stereotypical, wearing plaid shirts, backward baseball caps, that kind of hick. Right. And they come in and they're like, we're playing, and they're like, fucking pussy. And they keep just being real shitty, right? And then they start throwing things at us, and they start shoulder checking the other band members that are in the crowd, and they just want to get in a fight. They're just local boys that want to get in a fight. And we get off stage, and I'm like, we got to get our stuff out. We got to load our stuff out right now. And everyone's like, no, we got to go teach those guys a fucking lesson. I'm like, no, we're going to load our shit out. So I just start loading the stuff out, and people are like, dude, put the stuff down. I'm like, no, I'm loading the shit out. I'm leading by example. We're getting the fuck out of here.
Right. This is a problem I don't need right now.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm loading stuff out, and all I'm thinking about is this is exactly what I need. The parents of my band members to call me up and ask them to have them ask me why they have to wire money to Las Cruces, New Mexico to get their son out of jail. Right. So I start loading up the band myself, and people are like, why are you so pissed? And I'm like, because you guys are being fucking irrational. So then the other band comes out, the fucking 10 members of the other band, and they start talking to my guys, and now they're in a semicircle, and they're like, look, this is how it's going to go down. One of you guys is going to come in, you're going to dare the guy to a fight. He's going to come out in the parking lot, and then we're just going to kick his fucking teeth in. And I walked to they were literally in an arc in the parking lot around the front door.
So Curtis walks to the center of the arc where he might get noticed.
Yeah. So I walked to the center of the arc, and I said, this is not going to happen. You're going to get in your fucking van, and my guys are going to get in my van. And they're like, dude, those guys need to learn a lesson. And I'm all, no, God has given them the lesson of their life. They are stuck in this shithole. And tomorrow we're going to be 14 hours drive away from these fuckers. And we're going to be playing to a crowd that actually appreciates us. And these guys are going to still be stuck in their self-hatred, self-loathing shithole of Las Cruces, New Mexico. Get in the fucking van. And I just walked off and started the van, and then they sheepishly just walked in, opened the door. They're like, okay, I guess we're in.
Well, what else is going to happen? You're going to get arrested. That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
The other option is just everybody gets arrested. That sounds
exactly. But you say you're going to get arrested, and they're like, whatever. No cop doesn't. That doesn't work. But when you tell them how much your life is better than that asshole in there, and if you leave him, that's his just reward. That made his life worse. If you fight him, then he can brag that he's kicked some ass or got his ass kicked. You're not leaving him with a story. You're leaving him in despair.
The best story you'll get is those guys were punks and wouldn't step to me after I talked shit to them, and then they left. Those guys in that band that were on tour. They didn't want anything to do with my fight.
I'm ready to my fight. But so when it comes down to it, when you're a band member and you see someone being that decisive, you decide whether that person has the right to say that kind of thing to you, and that can eat at you for years and years and years, and then suddenly come out in the conversation. And I don't know what to say. I've made sure everybody got home alive. So there's got to be something to it.
there's got to be somebody that does that too, honestly. Like, there's got to be some level-headed person within a band when you're that far away from home, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of, I mean, you remember George, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, he's the type of loose cannon that would, like, kind of let it slip, you know, the wrong way, you know, for everybody involved sometimes. And, yeah. So, for us, that was Drew, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for the people that don't know who he's talking about.
Yeah,
George was a farmer's son, and played drums, and had three personalities. You had George, which was the farmer's son that played drums.
Oh wait! First, you have Sheriff Do Right, which was when he was sober.
I've never heard of Sheriff Do Right.
Yeah, he's always doing right when he's sober. You got to do it the right way, you know. Okay.
So what I knew him by was George, which was the drummer that shows up. That's a nice guy. He's a good old country boy, and he plays drums in this ska band, in this weird ska funk band. Right?
Yeah.
And then there was Jorge. And Jorge was when George got a couple drinks in him, and he was a little bit wild, a little bit sloppy, a little bit crazy, a little bit nuts. And then there was Hizzle. And Hizzle was when he's 3 sheets to the wind and he wants to fight anybody, like girls, boys. He wants to fight. He could be literally vomiting, and he's like, come here, I want to beat you up. Come here.
Yeah. You know, I'll tell you a good story about Hizzle. Like, Drew never woke up before noon, right? Never. I mean, he was just dead before noon. He was non-existent. But this one morning, I'm standing out in front of my house, and he's calling me at 9 a.m. And I'm like, oh, you know, like, this has to be bad, you know? It has to be an emergency or something, you know, something bad happened. And he goes, Hizzle's done it, man. And I go, what are you talking about? And he goes, last night at Johnny V's, he was over there for his birthday. And here's something about George. He always forgets his wallet at the bar every freaking time.
That's stupid. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
I like every time.
I could be like, I don't know your name, Curtis's name, probably still know Juan's name. Be like, Juan, I can't reach my back right pocket. Don't grab my ass. Check for my wallet.
Yeah, what he does is he takes his wallet out, puts it on the bar like he owns the place. You know what I mean? It's so like he goes to Johnny V's, and I guess Brian from the Shit Kickers, I think was who it was serving that night or whatever, and they cut him off, and he was like, no, let me get one more. So they were nice enough to let him have one more. And then he was like, let me have one more. And they're like, no, you got to go. Right. So he reaches over the bar and slaps dude, you know?
Oh, dude, that would be I just got to stay straight up. That'd be the end of my friendship with somebody. If they like hit like a waiter, bartender, anybody when I was out with them.
Yeah, we were at that point. We were kind of like, what do we do about this? Because we're going to be blacklisted. You know what I mean?
It wouldn't even be about being blacklisted for me. It would be I'm an asshole, but I'm not that asshole.
Yeah, well, precisely. We wanted to like distance ourselves from him, probably, you know, for slapping a bartender first off, and then that guy secondly. But, you know, Drew called me in the morning, and that's what happened. And George, of course, is like sober by this point, you know, and he's like, oh, it wasn't really like that. They beat me up. No, dude, you know, you know him, man. He totally slapped that guy.
Yeah.
But he tried to lie about it, you know.
Of course.
Yeah, that was the abridged version of it, you know.
Yeah.
Well, since we got you on the horn, Alibastard, if it's okay with you, I'm going to play one of your songs. The one that's got Juan Maserati in it. You gotta thank me. You should be like, all right.
Yeah, all right.
Like, this isn't like a good show that I'm playing your
roll that beautiful bean footage.
All right, we'll be right back. This is Alibastard featuring Juan Maserati. This song is called You're Nothing.
nothing. Come around here anymore. You're coming around here anymore. You're coming around here, turn you right back out into nothing. You're coming around here anymore. You're coming around here anymore. You're coming around here, turn you right back out into nothing. You couldn't look me in the eye. You couldn't look me in the eye. So all you can do is hide, but someday I will find you 'cause you're nothing. You couldn't look me in the eye. You couldn't look me in the eye. So all you can do is hide, but someday I will find you and you're nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Coming round here anymore. Coming round here anymore. Coming round here, turn you right back out into nothing. Coming round here anymore. Coming round here anymore. Coming round here, turn you right back out into nothing.
Don't forget to follow us on social media for beautiful food and inspiration.
All right, everybody, we're back. Looks like Doug has turned on a light. We got some video of Alibastard. I feel like John Renna is about to join us in a minute. This is the part of the show where I go, the show's supposed to be.
Told me to turn on a light.
This is the part of the show where I'm like, the show's supposed to be over, but we're going to go long. This is just like a thing that happens now. So the show's supposed to be over, but we're going to go long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. OT.
That's OT, like OT3, where they learn about Xenu.
Let's go there, bro.
Xenu.
Oh, Scientology.
Oh no, Scientology.
So fucking Alibastard, we got you up on cam now. What's going on? Like,
not much, man. I'm just chilling here in good old Hayward, California.
Represent H-Town. Represent, brother.
Yeah.
Downtown Hayward is not actually the worst place in the world to hang out.
No, it's not.
I grew up in East Bay. That's my hometown. That's where I grew up, East Bay.
Yeah, I mean, it's a change of scenery from San Jose and Campbell. I mean, I grew up in Campbell, closer to Los Gatos, but It's cool. It's low key, man. Nobody messes with you. You know, the 5-0 presence isn't so heavy here, and I live right down the street from the police station. You know.
Yes.
That's one thing that I noticed coming back to Santa Clara County, man. Is like just the cops are everywhere there. I mean, being there, you don't really realize it, but you know, they're just.
That was what I was going to ask. Is like because I don't see them. Like I live in Campbell, right? Oh shit! I just doxed myself. All the people that like don't like me because of my other shows are now going to come shoot me. But I don't see the cops. But I think it's not that they're not here. It's just that I don't notice them.
They're at the Safeway, you know.
Oh no, I live behind the Safeway. What I'm saying is,
no,
when
that's
I walk
what
up
I mean.
to the Safeway,
They're all
like I don't see them.
Really? Because like honestly, when I lived there over on White Oaks or whatever, that's usually where I saw them because somebody was trying to steal a Snickers or you know.
I'm not
whatever.
saying they're not there. I'm saying that because I live where I live, I maybe don't see them, right? Because specifically in Campbell, you know what the cops' job was? To make sure that Campbell Avenue made money. That was their job.
Really?
I think so. Yeah. Like they like serve the tax base, right? And here in Campbell, before COVID, the cops' job was to make sure that everybody on Campbell Avenue was safe and spending their money.
Absolutely, and I think you mean the downtown area, like the Campbell Police. I think the 5th highest paid police force in all of California.
You know what? There was these 2 guys that would walk around in cop outfits without a gun, and I presume they were police. And they would come up and talk to me and my friend Brandon sometimes. They're just like, "What are you doing?" And I'd be like, "Hey, man, you're a cop." And he'd be like, "Oh, I'm not really questioning you. What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm standing out in front of my friend's restaurant, smoking a cigarette." I was like, "I quit smoking, by the way."
Yeah. That reminds me of that Emilio Estevez movie, Men at Work. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, just 2 random cops.
This is the site. It's called The Conduit. We could all get together and watch Men at Work on stream. We just couldn't do it on Twitch.
That movie's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Who was the other guy? It was Charlie Sheen, wasn't it? It was Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez.
Yeah, put the hooker in the closet.
Yeah.
No. I can't remember the actor's name. But it must have been Sheen and Estevez for sure.
Charlie Sheen is my hero. He's what I
mean, he was the most effective
at
putting the sex worker in the closet. Yeah.
Dude, that guy was out of control, man.
Dude, the police report where they were like, "We found a fucking prostitute in his closet." I'm like,
really?
Fucking stay winning, Charlie Sheen. Stay winning.
Hey, look, I create magic for people, okay? You know?
I mean, do you create that kind of magic, though?
Yeah, it's like, dude, I bang like, ounce rocks. That's just 6 ounce rocks. That's just how I'm living. Whoa, bro, calm down there, sir.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen probably has a podcast now where he has intimate discussions with people. That's probably where he ended up.
Dude, I would listen to that podcast if Charlie Sheen had a podcast, man. Winning.
Winning with Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, winning with Charlie Sheen.
We're just going to start calling this show that.
Yeah.
If you guys want to actually... you guys want to actually listen to a podcast that has that feel, that winning with Charlie.
Oh, you're listening to it right now.
No, this one goes way above and beyond.
Thanks, Curtis. I've heard better bands than Monkey too.
Whoa!
I'll tell you that all day long. Is David Lee Roth, Diamond David Lee Roth?
Oh my God!
What?
Have you listened to this podcast? His podcast.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
No, but I'm about to cancel shows for if you see me take a week off in the next 2 weeks, if we're like, oh, we're not going to have any shows this week, it's because I'm listening to the David Lee Roth podcast.
Dude, the Joe Rogan with David Lee Roth is priceless.
Yeah,
priceless.
I'm going to give you my. I'm going to do an impression of the David Lee Roth podcast.
Diamond Dave.
This is my precious. Oh yeah.
You're on with Diamond Dave.
It's like the bottom half of a goatee talking into a camera.
We got stories to tell. Oh yeah, we do. We got stories.
It's like a little bit of WWE going on in that.
You know what I want to know?
Amazing.
You know what I want to know is who told David Lee Roth that like high pitched squeal is cool. Like who went? You know what? Hey man, I think that's gonna be your signature. You know, like you know, like
yeah.
Who did that? Because where did that come from? It's like one of those bizarre rock and roll things where it's like, dude, somebody must have told him along the lines that was cool because like. You know, have you ever heard his isolated vocal tracks?
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude! Like, oh, and then of course we got Dr. Roxo on Metalocalypse. Yeah, baby. So rock and roll. That the one song. That one of these days they're gonna put me away because I'm a rock and roll clown and I do cocaine. Dude, priceless. Skiing across the mountains of coke and shit.
Yeah.
Hey, what happened to John Renna? You see this? You see my John Renna hat? Look at that. John Renna.
Yeah.
What? I thought he was supposed to come on here.
Where is he at? Where
loser?
He's lost.
You know, we're over here winning. He's losing.
Oh, he said that. Give me a minute to get hooked up. So he's getting hooked up right now.
You know what I love about this dynamic, by the way? Hold on, I'm back. I'll put myself on the camera. Here, we'll do this slide one. As soon as I leave, Juan starts talking. Juan's like, shit, I'm the host now.
Yeah, man. Like, he just interjects like one or two words every, like, you know, half an hour to make sure that he's still alive and it's not just like a old feed or something.
Oh, shit, we got fucking, hold on. We got another.
People waiting.
We do got people waiting.
Do you notice that Curtis is just a head? Do you notice that? He's got the black background, but he's just a Curtis head.
So we got somebody new joining us. Who are you, sir?
Oh, shit.
Oh, you sound real good.
Man. Hey, man, I got to go.
All right, PC, you can just leave. You don't even got to tell anybody. You can just leave. If you're like, Renna's here, I got to go.
Yeah, your lady needs you or what?
Oh, what?
I don't know. We might be hearing your computer mic and not your mic. Can you like tap your microphone like this? Yeah, we're hearing your computer mic. There's a little gear that has little settings and shit on it. This is as Juan Maserati would say back in the day, right here. This is
Riveting Radio on Echoplex Media live.
But it doesn't really matter that much.
I think I got it now.
Oh shit! Look, listen to the you do. You sound real good, John Renna. John Renna, tell everybody about yourself. What's up?
Hey, what's up, motherfuckers? I'm John Renna from Campbell, California.
That sounds good.
And when I'm not at home licking my own dick, I like to play punk rock music on the acoustic guitar and bust these motherfuckers' balls on Local Love, Echoplex / Twitch / wherever the fuck you Discord /
hired.
Facebook
You're hired, sir. You're hired.
God damn.
I can't follow them on all the platforms. I'm pretty much. They're the only reason I'm actually on Twitch. And sometimes I'll go through and I'll be like, who are these fucking DJs? Like, I'm not even into this music. When am I going to find people like me on Twitch? That's what I want to know.
Dude, you're
Twitch
a dinosaur, bro.
Did you know that Twitch is a gaming platform? That's what most people do on here.
Yeah, I have no need to go on here other than you guys.
No, you should actually check out, like, go into the music tab. There's people doing everything from like live performances, like of themselves on the guitar, like y'all, or people who are like building their album in Logic, and you're watching.
I'm sorry,
them do the mix
I can't get over the Curtis
album.
head. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, what I'm saying is like that music tab, dude. There's people,
those artists on there. Yeah, there is some good stuff on there. I've been checking it out a little bit. I mean, it's new to me, you know. But what I do like is that people can just set up their own channel and just kind of get it out there. And then, you know, if you want to follow, you can follow. It's like straight for the performer or like whatever you're doing, you know, whether you're gaming.
I mean, what I'm doing here is largely a performance. Yeah.
If you want to call it that.
Oh, shit,
Dave,
John Renna coming in throwing bombs. Bombs.
Hey,
at the
you
host.
sound like you would be a good masterer, Dave, because you know like a lot about compression, don't you? Because being a DJ and stuff like that.
Oh, that's not how I learned about compression. I used to write electronic music.
Well, that like you do know a lot about that, right? Do you believe that you could sonically master bands' recordings?
If somebody gave me their stems and like nobody in their band knew what they were doing, yeah, I could certainly put out something that sounded reasonable. But no, like I don't think that I would be better than somebody else that was already like working with them or whatever. Probably not.
I think you're pretty knowledgeable. I've reached out to you a few times about questions. And
No,
advice.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying like that,
Microphones
like
and sound. And,
first of all, like that's like a task I don't need. Like
Yeah.
trying to mix some band down, and then the guitarist is mad that they weren't loud enough, and I was like, I think
so I
you were
can't
loud
just throw
enough. I
some
mixed
shit on
down your
Jasper,
fucking.
man.
Yeah, I was like, I don't. That's a hassle I don't need. Fuck that shit.
Mixing definitely. Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
Oh yeah,
Go
but
ahead.
this live show sounds like super good. When we first showed up here on Twitch, people thought it was a pre-record.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard you talk about compression and stuff like that, and that's mainly what mastering's all about, right, Curtis? I don't know.
Like dynamics and EQ and like where you put it spatially and stuff. Yeah, dynamics though, like what's Curtis? What's Curtis? Here, Curtis, go ahead.
Just have Audith mix and master your stuff. And
See, like that's what I'm saying. Like I was like, Audith, you should master my podcast.
Yeah, that's what I did. See, I didn't get Audith to actually mix and master my stuff. He kind of helped tutor me on how to do it myself.
That's even better.
So
let's teach a man
I was
to
like,
fish.
well, look, I really wanted you to do this for me, kind of thing. But he was like, no, you're going to do it for yourself. And I was like, fuck, I got to do work now.
That's some teach a man to fish shit, dude.
Yeah,
he really did. It was clutch. I mean, that guy is fucking amazing at what he does, and just has an amazing ear for sound. And the knowledge I was able to pick out of that guy's brain over the course of a few months is going to last with me for the rest of my life. So,
but Alibastard, what you were saying, if you have a track you're working on, send me all the channels. I'll mix it down and send it back to you. See what you think. If you think
I will. And just to thank you, just to talk about John for a minute. Honestly, you're amazing in and of yourself, because this guy took what took me maybe about 10-15 years to figure out, because I used to do old analog recordings at home or whatever, and he wrote, recorded, and did everything himself in the space of a year, in learning how to do all that stuff, so that was great.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, I was, there were times when you got frustrated and hit a wall, but I mean, yeah, he totally did it all himself, within the span of a year, learning and doing it, applying it. So It can be done, sir. It can be done.
Well, back to what we were talking about. Curtis was mentioning this. There's this kind of do-it-yourself spirit here in South Bay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, where you guys are looking, this is where I do all my recordings, right here.
Oh, me too.
Well, I think you look on this screen here, and I see
your mic sounds. What kind of mic is that, dude? Hold on.
This is actually a really old school mic.
Like, what is that? That shit sounds hella good.
I don't know.
Look at his like $150 Pearl Jam sweatshirt.
Global Audio. I've had it for like 15 years, probably. I don't even know.
That mic sounds hella good.
Yeah, this is the one I recorded all the vocals on the album on, and pretty much everything. Well, I got a new microphone in the vocal booth that I've been recording my vocals on,
No, fuck that. That it might just be the way that mic picks you up specifically, but you're like casually talking into it, and I'm like, I think I don't sound very good right now.
You sound pretty good.
I'm not.
No, man. I appreciate it. I mean, I'm always kind of trying. I'm always trying to better my sound, and now that I've been able to figure this out, with you guys, I probably will never look back again. Some mornings I'm in my work meeting with like my little earbud in and just like talking on the computer mic. I'm like, this sucks. I want to be on like Local Love right now talking.
What kind of interfaces does everybody have except for Dave? Because I know he's got like a super professional one.
No, Focusrite.
I've got a Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, that's what Renna's on too. A Focusrite, yeah.
Yeah. 2.
I have 2 of them too. I have the Octo Pre also. Let's not even do this.
I'm just rocking the Steinberg UR22 Mark II.
He's on a Steinberg.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the Apollo twin, the 20 twin.
Oh, you should be like talking to us through that right now.
I know.
Okay, cool. As long as you know.
Well, if you want me to, yeah.
Fuck yeah! If you have a microphone and shit, yeah, fucking like hold it up like you're like on Star Search and just like hold the mic in front of your face. I'll do it. Oh shit! I can't do it too.
No, I got the whole shindig. I got the tabletop little mic stand. It was the only one that they had.
Renna, if anybody offers to buy that mic from you, do not sell it to them. Just be like into that mic right now, please. Do it again.
Yeah.
Oh god, that mic sounds so good.
You got to do your David Roth.
Doug and I are writing some music together and starting a project. We have a couple songs we've been putting together, which is really fucking weird because we've known each other
too long,
almost 30 years, and we've been in a couple different like musical like projects and bands together, but never really like written music together. And so these couple songs that we've done recently are actually really special to me because he just sent me some music he produced and he was like, some stuff I can't come up with anything to it, and I felt very inspired to write to Doug's music. I typically do. And so I think it's just the tip of the iceberg. I've been a little busy lately with some other things. I haven't been able to do much music, but
you have one or more children, yeah?
Yeah, I got a couple of those.
Oh, that sucks. Like I'm like good on you for having children, by the way. I don't want a bunch of assholes having kids. I'm glad you are. Because you're like a pretty nice guy. You're like a decent human being. But also like as a musician, it's a little hard, yeah?
It's a little tough. I work full time. Me and my wife just bought a business, and we got the 2 kids. We have no childcare. We're doing kind of all on our own. And so when I get to the music hour, usually around 9.
That's funny. You're like 9, like late at night, and I'm like, what? Uh-oh. I think I've lost all of you.
Can you hear me?
No,
I can hear you.
Oh, we're just having a moment of silence.
Can you hear me?
I'm not used to that here. I'm used to being like,
oh yeah.
I feel like my mic.
I'm used to being all like.
Could everyone casually shut the fuck up?
I get a bit of dead air. I'm like, shit, is all of my stuff broken?
Idalia onions.
Your breath smells.
Right, this is as good a place as any to cut off the podcast. Y'all don't leave. We're just going to play a song real quick. And everybody on the podcast listening to this, subscribe to the podcast, but more importantly, follow us on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/Echoplex Media. You can check out all of our live shows. Fucking Juan, Curtis, fucking Alibastard, and John Renna coming in clutch at the last minute. Thanks for joining me. We're going to head on into Red Light. And I think we're going to play this song by La Palma. This is Infinite Bounce. We'll see everybody in a short amount of time. Thanks, everybody, for joining us for Local Love.
When the world ain't safe,